Once again, you are listening to another broadcast right here at radio station KUCB. Um, we always like to give you a little background history about radio station KUCB and the founders, Miss Joanne Cheatham, Brother Charles Knox. Um, we had a 10-watt low-powered education radio station here in Des Moines, Iowa for about 20 years. And we were on the air 24 hours. We had a staff of about 60, 65 people. I had the pleasure of working with Sister Hadisha Marian. We did a show called International Found Call Hour. Also, we hosted a weekly show called the African Liberation Hour, where we sometime co-hosted that. Sometime I would do it, sometimes she would do it. So I had the pleasure of working with her over 20-some years, and we did. Not only we did lots of radio interviews and shows, but we also extended our service from communication radio also into the community, where we worked with so many different individuals, so many different people. And so that was a pleasure and honor to have an opportunity to work with Sister Hadisha Marian, who is passed, Miss Joanne Cheatham, who is passed, Brother Charles Knox, who is passed. So I mention those individuals because they were the thrust of radio station KUCB. And so what we decided we would do would go from the actual communication to social media, where we reach and extend to so many people. So KUCB radio is what we call this these videos, and we extend them into the subject matters and the topics of just like the things that we discussed and talked about on the radio station when we was live on KUCB. And KUCB stands for Urban Community Broadcasting Company. That's what the KUCB is for. And as I said, we had the station for about 20-some years here in Des Moines, Iowa. Low-power, 10-watt, non-profit, non-commercial community radio station. And we pushed that for about 20 years. So what we decided we would do is go from communication to a bigger outlet, a bigger network of social media. This particular video that we're doing will be, you can catch it on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel set up under under Brother Jamal. It's just actually Jamal Muhammad. And so we're going to do this broadcast. Excuse me for the kind of interruption there. Anyway, let me get into a topic here. I think it's real serious. I did a number of series shows on black women who are still missing, and some of them been found dead, black girls. I did a collaboration of shows on that. So this is an extension of that show. This is today's date is June 11th, 2019. And as we speak, I just want to run past you some of the things and stories and things that we're still working on. We still have so many young black women and black women in general that are still missing, and some have been found dead. Now, one of the things that's happening in the Chicago area, it's like almost like a panic there, because we have found out that at least 6 black women are missing there, and it seems like the numbers are increasing. It's not decreasing, they're increasing. I just saw where, as today's date, I saw where there was a young girl in Chicago. Let me see if I can find my notes. A missing black 15-year-old girl missing in the Chicago area. I just picked this up off of Facebook. Just picked it up. And so what we are seeing in the Chicago area, not only just in Chicago, this is happening all across the country, but there are specific places where we're seeing an increase in the disappearance and even some cases where black women have been found murdered. We want to go just step back for a minute and take you to Berkeley, Missouri, a town north of St. Louis. There's been, since 2000, there's been 33 women who have disappeared since 2000. And out of those 33, 12 of those have been black girls. No trace of them that we know of, and the families, parents, friends, whatever, nobody knows what's going on with that. As I read into some of the stories in the Berkeley, Missouri situation, sex trafficking is real big now here in the Midwest, and this is big business, it's big money, and it's going on across the country. But I'm specifically focusing on Berkeley, Missouri right now, town north of St. Louis. People that's in the St. Louis area, in that vicinity, even in Missouri, you may know where this town is located at. So, as I read some of the stories in this report, they talk about how so many of the abandoned buildings, so many of the abandoned houses are being used as a hiding place, as a storage place, if you will, for the sex trafficking. And it's, as I said, it's big business now. It's big time. So I wanted to share that with you in Berkeley, Missouri. The other thing, too, in the Philadelphia area, in recent months, we saw a disappearance of black girls there. Let me just step back as I caught some of my notes here. This is from Fox News, 2 News. Chicago is St. Louis County, where out of the 33 I said since 2000, out of the 33, 12 of black girls is missing, and they are saying that abandoned buildings can be a place where they hide out these girls, enslavement, and also abandoned houses, and also some of the motels could be places, don't have Pacific motels, but some of the motels they talk about. One motel they mentioned in St. Charles, Missouri. Some of the detectives found out some connection to some of the motels in St. Charles, Missouri. Could be a place where they could be holding these young ladies and holding women for sex trafficking and into sex slavery. And this is big business, as I said, right now that's going on. So this takes me back to, I was looking for some notes for in the Philadelphia area. We've had a several, in the last couple of months, several black girls and black women have been went missing in the Philadelphia area. And so this is something that's happening across the country. And it should be something that we ought to be outraged, we ought to be concerned about. We're seeing a series of black women missing in the Chicago area. And as I said, it's increasing. At least 5 or 6 we've been keeping tabs on in the Chicago area. And the authorities are going to the extent to say that could possibly be a serial killer that's working in the Chicago area. But he's targeting black women and black girls. This is what the target is. So it's something that we ought to be concerned about. And as I said, it's happening across the country. There's certain locations where it's happening more. We said the Philadelphia area, where in the last several months we've seen at least 6 or 7 black girls went missing. We've seen it in the Chicago area where at least 5 or 6 black girls that went missing. Berkeley, Missouri, a total of 33 women. Out of the 33, 12 are black girls. So this is a serious thing that's happening, and we ought to be really concerned about it, trying to help assist in any way we can to what's happening with so many black women and black girls that are missing. Now, as I go through my notes too, I want to say to you, In some of these cases, we found that some of the black women, black girls have been murdered. I have down a young lady, Amber Evans, 28 years of age, was found, her body was found in the Columbus, Ohio River. She was found dead. That's Amber Evans is her name, 28-year-old activist. Her body was found in the Columbus, Ohio River. Another, a doctor, Dr. Sonia K. Forbes, she was on the verge of some research and discovery, cure for people with eye problems. This was a doctor. She was found murdered in her home. She was 40 years of age, found dead in her home, stabbed to death. Dr. Sonia K. Forbes, 40 years of age, doctor found stabbed to death in her home. She was on the verge of a serious discovery as a doctor for a cure for people with eye problems, some natural discoveries that she was on. The third black woman who was murdered, the first female U.S. Muslim judge, being treated as suspicious. Her body came up in the Hudson River in New York City. Once again, the first female U.S. Muslim judge, this being treated as suspicious, her body came up in the Hudson River in New York City. And the fourth is a young black girl. Her body was found in a duffel bag on a hiking trail. This was reported by the L.A. County Sheriff Department. So that's four, along with two in Chicago. We're talking about a total of 6 black women who have been found dead in Chicago and across the country. Now, some people have went so far as to say that maybe what has happened, Allah knows, the white supremacist groups have infiltrated into these police departments, that the white supremacists could be behind a lot of this stuff that's going on. We don't know. We're not going to rule it out that it's not. We're not going to say it is. It's possible that they could be. And so there's so much that's going on, and we ought to be watchful. If we have daughters, granddaughters, nieces, mothers, people, and especially black women and black girls need to be aware, need to be conscious and aware anytime that you go out. They need to be conscious and aware. Yes, you should be able to go where you want to go. You should be able to wear what you want to wear. I know this is what a lot of women say. All I'm saying, in the day's time when all this is going on, there can be consequences to that. There can be consequences to going out to the club, going out clubbing, because it's obvious in the reports that we've been getting is that there is a sex trafficking ring. They have an organization where they are kidnapping women. This is a sex trafficking ring and organization they have. It's not just like one or two people working by themselves. There's an organized ring, and this is big money that they make off of doing this. So we're saying to black women, to black girls, certain precautions you need to take, and you need to be aware, always aware of your surroundings. Not just going out late at night, being out late at night, being out by yourself. Even during the daytime. It ain't necessarily got to be at nighttime, because it's obvious that this sex trafficking ring, they have set up posts in different places. One lady you saw, where we shared a video with you, and this lady was talking about in the county that she was in. I can't remember the county, but the fact that she had a man to come in the store and follow her. Then when she came out, there was 2 men outside. So it's not like it's just one man or 2 men. This is an organized group of men, women, however you want to, but it's an organized group of people that's involved in sex trafficking, that are abducting, that's kidnapping women and kidnapping these young black girls. See, and so it's almost like a epidemic that's going on around the country. And the main target is black women and black girls. I just picked up a note here that I had made for myself, and it says the epidemic of missing black girls continue to stun authorities and is frustrating parents. This is what they were talking about in the Chicago area, where we have at least 5 or 6 black women who went missing. I just read today where a young black girl, 15 years of age, in the Chicago area went missing. So this is a continuous. It's not decreasing. It's continuing. And I'm saying this ought to be something that we are concerned about. If we see or know anything, we ought to be letting the authorities know. At the same time, black women and black girls need to be aware of when they are out and about. They need to be aware. They need to be conscious of what's going on and be aware of these kind of things that's going on in the community. So we wanted to bring you this special report on black girls and black women still missing. Some have been found murdered, some have been found dead, and it should be something that we be concerned about. And the main thing is to always be conscious of your surroundings. Be conscious of your surroundings, always.